Hey guys, and welcome to our review for Tully, starring Charlize Theron,
I saw this one.
Mackenzie Davis, Ron Livingston,
Good job.
Mark Duplass. Directed by Jason Reitman.
Written
By
I didn't know that.
Diablo Cody. Diablo
Directed
Cody.
by-
how did you not know that?
Really?
Had no idea.
Wow.
I was looking for a director, didn't even see it.
Wow. It's like right after all like the producers and stuff.
It's like directed by that part. Tim,
Yeah.
can you give us a little synopsis?
Sure can. Marlo and her husband, struggling with their newly born third child, turn to the help of a night nanny named Tully, who helps Marlo both with her child and with rediscovering herself.
My name is Scott Ellis, by the way.
Mm.
Joined here by Tim again,
How's it going?
Tyler Switowski,
I asked you a question.
and Adam Freeman.
How's it going? You just skipped right past that.
Well, I have an intro thing to do here.
Well, I feel like we
I'm
always
doing great,
never
by the
ask
way.
Scott
Yeah, we never ask
how
you
he's
either.
feeling. He always asks how we're doing, what's going on. Scott, how are you? You're taking too long. This is like a 3-second answer.
Okay, honestly,
So
like,
annoying.
you know,
Okay, so we watched Tully this week. We gotta move forward. I'm
you
sorry.
take the reins.
No, I didn't know what to say after that. I panicked.
Take it back. Take it back.
Please take the
Take
reins
the
back.
reins back.
Oh, I'm sweating.
Tim, let's start with you.
Yeah.
What do you think of Tully?
Oh Christ, thank you.
So I saw this by myself
Oof.
on like a Wednesday at like 10:45 in the
Are you-
morning.
Are you a mother?
I was worried it was gonna be the Stars and Strollers theater with like the lights slightly less dimmed, and it was me and two other people who were not together. It was
It's just
a
three of you
man
spread
here,
out.
a woman over here, and then I was like back here.
Really? That's hilarious.
I was texting you guys throughout because there's no one behind me, and I didn't care.
Sick.
That's rude. It's disrespectful to
The movie is
movie makers?
fine. The ending is weird, and ending's very weird.
This guy's sad.
It does explain one thing that I thought was weird throughout the movie, and then something was revealed. I was like, that one thing makes a lot more sense now. And I don't think I like the message of the movie a whole lot about stuff that happens. It's spoilery, I guess. This movie
Yeah.
has a big spoilery like thing that happens.
Astonishing.
Yeah,
But I thought
we said
Charlize,
coming.
I thought the performances were good. Charlize is good. Mackenzie Davis is good. Ron Livingston,
Is Ron Livingston?
is Ron Livingston. Mark Duplass. It was just.
Mark Duplass.
I mean, I think it would make more
Kinda
sense
choice,
if
huh?
Ron Livingston and Mark Duplass were brothers in the movie. They look
Yeah.
almost like the same
They
person.
look related.
Yeah.
I thought they were.
That freaked me out
yeah,
at first.
yeah. No, it's Mark Duplass and Charlize Theron, who are brother sister.
Actually?
the
Oh,
movie,
no, in the
yeah.
movie.
No, no,
Sorry, yeah. I was like, what?
Mark Thurman.
Yeah, it's just fine. It's just very fine.
Didn't love it.
Didn't love it.
Didn't
No,
move
it's
the
just
needle, didn't move
Jason
you.
Reitman just makes very like fine movies.
What else
Diablo
has he
Cody.
made? Juno?
He directed Young Adult a little while ago, also written by Diablo Cody,
With Charlize Theron.
which I Theron.
Oh.
He did Up in the Air.
Right.
I don't think he directed Juno.
I think he did.
Did he do Juno as well?
I think he did.
I like Juno. I think I haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah.
I
same
think
I saw it
looking
once.
back now, every time I see a Diablo Cody movie, I'm watching it. I'm like, is Juno actually good? Because I don't think it is.
I think it
I
is.
think it's just a
I
lot
think
of
it
like.
is good.
Is it good? Because the dialogue isn't great in this. There's some scenes that are just like very contrived, and like some
like the-
dialogue is like very contrived. I'm like, no one talks like this.
They're gonna fight.
Like no one speaks like
Diablo
this at all.
Cody does. I
Which-
fully believe that Diablo Cody talks that way. And I'm not saying that's a good thing.
Yeah,
I think she talks that way in real life. Like the when she's freaking out at the principal of
Yeah.
the school.
that was a good scene.
It was good, but it was like very. I'm
Yeah.
like, nobody would say that.
There's
I-
one.
I
There's,
talk like
I just remember there's one line where she
fine.
said something where she like described herself as something, and it was just like a very like
Pocket
hallmarky.
watch or something.
Yeah,
Or
something
the
like that.
sun?
Yeah,
Jonah's quirky. Like what the fuck? Like a pocket watch. My son's not a. And then she like calls him something else that's quirky. It was just so like hipstery.
yeah.
It was like,
It's a very quirky hipster movie.
It is.
It's fine.
That's how I talk.
I
That's
like.
all I
I
got. I liked it.
I
though.
liked
Like,
it. Honestly, I
fine.
liked it.
Yeah.
I think more so because I was like, I forgot the trailer. Like, so I was like,
I went in
Charlize.
clean. I like.
I went into the movie and all I knew was like Charlize Theron's like a mother, I guess.
I
And
didn't even
she's-
remember that girl was in it from Blade Runner. Like I didn't
Yeah,
even-
I I saw the credits. There was like credits in the beginning, and it said Mackenzie Davis. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went in the movie totally clean and didn't know anything, and honestly, like, it surprised me. Like, it legitimately surprised me. Like, I didn't necessarily see the twist.
No, I didn't see it.
Like,
but then I also think it's not a good twist either.
Really?
Yeah.
I caught the twist a little while before. I was suspicious about halfway through because like there was something that happened and I can't really say what.
You know,
something happened and I was just like, okay, something was off about that because that wouldn't happen. And then like towards the end, I was like, okay, I think I figured it out, and then it was confirmed.
I thought the performances were great. I do like the dialogue. I just thought it was witty. Like,
it was different.
You know, like there was some sharp like one-liners, and I don't know. I just liked it. It's not like necessarily like naturalistic dialogue.
Yeah,
but you know, it's sharp. It's witty. I don't know. That's the way I saw it. But yeah, I just thought Charlize Theron was great. She like fully committed, like just like the first like third, where she's just over it.
Yeah,
she's just over like having a kid.
Life.
Yeah.
Gained 50 pounds.
Yes.
Was that real?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's insane. I was so sure it was a suit.
No.
Like the pregnant.
Yeah. She got pregnant for this movie. Insane. They had like
no. She just gained the weight to look like.
They had to wait until like the 40th week, and then they had 1 week to shoot this entire movie.
Did pretty good.
Yeah.
Hilarious, but yeah, she's great. Yeah, I just thought the whole beginning sequence, it was just like, I don't know, it was great.
It felt very real.
It did,
yeah.
But that's the thing is like, I was reading something about Diablo Cody, and she was saying how like it's literally like autobiographical. Like she wrote it as like therapy, like because she like had her third kid, and was writing it as it was happening, and like it was very personal. Like she like lived through that.
I'm worried about Diablo Cody then.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Has anyone checked on her?
Well, I'll bring some knowledge into this for.
But we'll get into more because I think that ties specifically into spoilers, like how how it was therapy for and all this stuff, and tying into that twist. And
interesting.
I just thought that it was so autobiographical. I don't know. What do you guys think?
So I went into this thinking, I honestly wasn't prepared to see this because I thought that like, oh, I don't have time to see this, and then something happened. I was like, fuck, now I have time to see this, so I have to see it. So I saw it. So to sum up, I saw it, and I saw the trailer for it. I'm like, this looks boring.
Not up your alley.
This looks boring
it's not a sweaty flick.
Shit. But I watched it, and as it went on, I was like, okay, I'm like starting to get more and more into this, and by the time it was done, I loved it.
Yes.
Like it wasn't. It wasn't.
This the spotlight of
This is it. This wasn't good. This wasn't fine. I loved it.
Oh,
really?
I loved it.
2018.
This is it. This is the line.
I walked out thinking Ty's gonna hate this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I walked out thinking he's gonna love it.
Shit.
That's what's surprising about Ty.
Where our brains have become
he understands
one,
me
so
now.
I know
Yeah.
what he loves now.
Yeah. I just thought like this is like first of all what I thought was why is Charlize Theron doing this? Because like she's such like I feel like this was just so above her. Like when I watched the trailer, and I was just like, I feel like this could have been done by like anyone, you know? Like this is just
she was above the role.
Yeah, exactly. Why is she in this? Like it's I couldn't get it. And then as the movie,
Atomic Blonde, Furious 8.
yeah,
and
like
then this.
and then this. I'm like so like like what? Why?
Oh yeah, she's in Furious 8.
Yeah,
We'll
but
talk
like
about that.
but anyways, like she's just like she's Oscar nominated. Like how did she? I don't know what's. I'm just
Oscar
assuming.
winner.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm just assuming she's Oscar nominated.
Monster.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But I loved it by the end of it. Now again, there was a couple of things like I can bring into my my own personal experience.
As a pregnant woman yourself.
As a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
Were you the annoying kid?
As
Were you like kicking your mom's like seat in the car, or was that you?
Have you been brushed? Do you want to be brushed?
we'll get into it in spoilers.
Do you want me to brush you?
Get the brush, Scott.
Like a horse?
You're freaking
Yeah, I'll jump in. I love
I'm getting
it.
very
Like a rat.
anxious now, so I just want to be brushed.
You loved it as well.
We are becoming.
Yes! Is it weird to hug you? I'm gonna hug you
No,
anyway.
please don't. Ow.
Oh, that's cringe.
His
Ah.
I
Car accident injury.
Can you edit that out? Whoever does the editing. No, I thought Charlize Theron was great.
Sorry about your back, by the way.
It's okay. It's just a back. Gets better. Charlize Theron. I thought it was everything well directed. Some of the writing didn't particularly land. Like I didn't think it was hilarious. Like it's not a perfect movie, obviously, but I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. Because like I really didn't like the twist blew my
Chuckled
mind.
a couple of times.
Yeah, there's some funny stuff. I thought it was seemed like the most authentic, relatable portrayal of motherhood
for sure.
ever put on screen. Like when she's.
And you have the right to say that.
And I have the right to say that. I, as a mother, can say that.
As a woman, nay, a mother.
As a woman.
But is that like that compilation where it's just like boom, 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 like getting up, boom, changing diapers,
Yeah.
boom, like it's just like fuck.
Yeah.
Actually,
pretty good,
the interview that I was reading about that Diablo Cody was saying, that Jason Reitman kept very close to her script, except for that. He added that montage sequence
Really?
in, and she loved it apparently.
Really?
It was the screaming
She didn't know it was
baby, I
coming.
think, that did it. Like every time that kid was screaming in the montage, it was just like, fuck, man, that's irritating. and I was like,
It does put you in the in that mood.
It does,
I was
though.
annoyed. I was like, this movie's fucking annoying.
I know, I was annoyed.
But I think that's what you're supposed to be feeling.
exactly, like they wrote that to frustrate you, and I was like,
Love
fuck,
it. I mean,
I don't want to hear this. Like this is annoying.
Tim, you will be Ron Livingston in
Oh, shit.
It's true.
Any day
a couple
now.
years, bro.
Hope will be a better dad and father and husband.
Nah, he'll just be ripping Zelda.
Yeah, just like headphones on, fucking just gaming hard. That's it.
That's why. Yeah, I loved it. I thought Tully, the titular character,
Yeah, we haven't talked about Mackenzie Davis.
thought she was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was
love her.
fantastic.
I think she's gonna blow up. She's already
She's kind of blowing up.
star of the new Terminator. I'm pretty sure. She's
Yes.
casting.
Wow.
She's blowing up.
She's gonna be huge.
Well deserved. I first saw her in the F Word, I think, one with Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh,
Really?
She plays Adam Driver's girlfriend in that movie.
That's right.
Interesting.
That's right. Yeah. Mind blowing twist. Did not expect it. Love the performances. Love Charlize's breakdown in the car when she just lets out that epic fuck.
I just
Yeah.
It was so perfect. I was like, oh, I've done that.
been there.
Yeah. It shocked me. I liked it a lot.
Like every
It was just a good drama.
There's just like that one sequence where she just puts the baby in the car and then she just walks around. Like every mother lives for that 3 seconds. So where they put the baby in the car and then they go the long way around the car to get into the driver's seat. It's just and then I watched her do that. I was like, fuck, I've seen that 1,000 times.
Yeah. Just think it seems very relatable being around my mom when she was pregnant with my sister. I helped a lot of my cousins when they were pregnant, raise.
I'm one of 5. It was very realistic and accurate.
You would know.
Yeah.
I say. Yeah.
Well, I think let's give our ratings and we can move into some spoiler territory. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna say it's a light. I'm gonna say it's a light 4.
Yeah.
Light 4 to
I'm
5.
going to say late 3.
No,
That was about to be hard for
it's good. It's solid. Honestly, it's solid.
Tim, what do you think?
I'm gonna go heavy 3.
Lord, I thought,
Rude.
what are you gonna do?
Look at you two over there chumming it up, you little
We're
scumbags.
buds now.
What are you gonna do?
Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna go heavy 4.
I thought you were going to say 5.
Honestly, with a rewatch, it could be a 5.
You say that every time.
I haven't rewatched those yet.
I'm going to go 4.
Oof. Okay. Yeah.
Solid 4.
Hmm.
My allergies may have acted up once or twice. Yeah, I may have been wiping my eyes during the end credits, which is the worst because everyone gets up and the lights come on, and I'm like, oh, there's nothing in my eyes.
There's an incredible amount of pollen in this theater. It's insane.
Like that very end shot.
But we don't need the brush line. Just
Yeah.
like a fucking arrow and it struck my soul. Yeah, literally.
Huh?
Like, oh my god.
I'm feeling.
Oh.
That's fine.
I'll say, am I Thai now or?
Happy Mother's Day. Brought my mom to this.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
She cried. And I was like, don't look at me. I'll be strong for you.
Well, spoiler warning: if you haven't seen Tully, go check it out. Honestly, like, just watch it.
Mother's Day flick.
Just go in as clean as you can. If you've got this far, obviously you're 15 minutes into it, so
Go see it.
I mean,
Spoiler alert.
You may
at
as
this
well.
point, hopefully you've already seen it, so you won't be spoiled. Ty, what were the things that tipped you off to that twist?
The first part, well, the thing that made me suspicious, because I had no idea up until when they're sitting in the hot tub and she's like, he has this fantasy about diners and shit.
Yeah.
And then
That
she went and put it on,
Hello.
and then it was like, they went into the bedroom together. I was like, I'll tell you what he likes kind of thing. I was like, no way would she have done that, because she was worried about just letting her kid be around this girl. No way would she let her fuck her fuck her husband.
Yeah, I found that very weird.
Yeah,
It
I was,
bugged me.
I was angry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was furious.
Yeah,
and then like
what?
it
Like,
didn't.
This
It's
is not real.
This is true.
And that's the thing.
realistic.
And then after that,
Yeah.
like it wasn't like addressed at all.
Yeah.
And so I was just like it didn't
Most
come up
movies, that
again.
would have been like the main thing.
Like I was expecting it like to go in the way that like maybe like now there's gonna be like an affair between the two, but it was never mentioned again. So I was like,
Yeah.
there's something weird about that.
I
And
did
then
feel that. I feel it felt weird.
yeah,
Sure.
I was waiting
couldn't
for
put
her
my
to.
finger on it though.
I was waiting for her to wake up from a dream or something, but then like the next day, like the husband's like, "You want to talk about that?" And no, and that was it. And I was like, there was
But then
nothing.
in the twist, you find out that like obviously she had it on,
It was her.
Oh, it's been
Yeah.
her, obviously.
which I had problems with because I'm like,
What?
well, she like introduces,
Should we say the twist?
yeah, Tully's not real.
Yeah.
It's her younger self that she's like visualizing as this
Her
person.
like friend who's like getting her through it. As
Yeah,
like, nanny.
which just throws in so many kinks. I'm like, do you not recognize yourself first of all?
Well, she did the entire time.
no, she didn't. She thought it was a different person.
But
Well, she's insane.
well, she's not insane. Okay, this is what I want to tell you guys. So there's something called local sleep. Is what it's called. It's when your mind literally shuts off like only parts of your mind where you still do basic things like cooking, cleaning, but you don't know it. You're actually asleep. It's all response pretty much. So your brain is literally just shutting down enough parts so that you can actually function, but you don't die from lack of sleep. It happens after the 7th or the 8th day you don't get sleep.
Is that what you...
I've only gone 3.5 days.
Are you on local sleep right now?
I'm not on local sleep, but there's been times where I was like,
showed up sleeping.
but that's the thing, and so it's
Honestly, last couple episodes, I think you were probably local sleeping.
for the last 20 years, I'm pretty sure I've been local sleeping, and so it's just like, so that's what was going on the whole time, and so it gets to the point where she actually accepts the hallucination, and she and she knows who it is, and I try to remember the exact point where it was. I was like, this is where she knows. And I'm pretty sure it was before they went to the bar, and they went to the bar and they started talking. I was like, I'm pretty sure she knows that it's her, because like she wants her to leave. Like she wants to leave, and she's like, you can't leave me. Like she knew it was her
Charlize... You think Charlize was aware?
at the bar.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
because
interesting. I never thought of that.
when they started bike riding, she's like, no, we have to go to this place where my friend is, because like she's trying to keep her young self back at her home, like back where she grew up, back with her like her roommate who was back then, because that was her roommate then, right? It was like the roommate she's having trouble with was the roommate she was there with.
Yeah.
So she
The
wanted
girl
to
she
bring
ran
her
into
Right.
at the
at the
beginning.
front.
Ah.
So she wanted to bring her
Ah,
back
that's
there
mind-blowing, yeah,
to keep
shit.
her going, to keep her there, because she didn't want her to leave.
True.
So she tried to like bring it back.
Shit, that's next level, bro.
Right?
I just got
And
that.
it's just like all a metaphor, her wanting to be her younger
Yeah,
self.
exactly. And so right.
Genius. Diablo Cody.
5.
Goat.
That's
5
why
bang.
exactly. I was just like, could be a 5. Like, but yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what
like,
happens
nah.
when you don't sleep.
Tim's like, nah.
Literally
fine.
the worst
Doesn't
husband
make
and
sense.
father ever put on film. How do you not?
I don't know
How do you
about
go
that.
months without asking to meet the night nanny? How does that never come up? Be like, oh, we have the stranger coming to our house every night and dealing with our kids. Maybe I should meet her first as well, instead of just going to bed and not realizing it for months.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just saying. Like I get that he doesn't wake up at night because like if she's still breastfeeding, then he doesn't necessarily have to be up. But like how do you not ask? Be like, hey, let's have me meet this night nurse or this night nanny.
It's a movie, Tim.
No, but that's a major
Well, it
problem
was also like a
because
week.
he's not shown
3
as being like
days.
an incompetent father. No, it's like a while. To have that.
It's a while.
It's like
because like they're together for like it happens like for like a week, and then he goes on a trip for a while, and then he comes back.
I think it's like a month or two.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was the point though. He was like a not.
He was a neglecting
work
father,
obsessed.
yeah.
He was neglective.
That's why he apologized at the
He
end.
didn't.
So stupid. I don't like it.
And I feel like the message was like, that's a problem with the whole mental health thing when people ignore it.
Yeah,
You're just
but
like,
then she doesn't even get help at the end either. Like clearly has major issues, and they're just like free from the hospital, go home.
But she like let it go basically.
Well, I think him coming over and helping with the dishes and putting the earbud in was showing that
That was
like,
him connecting.
I don't know.
he's gonna pay attention to her from now on. I think.
I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, this is.
I mean, I don't know why she's not in jail for the drunk driving thing.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
like to the
mental.
nurse. Oh, I don't know why she drove drunk. That was weird. I'm like, oh, so she's going to jail for life now?
Yeah.
Don't people get
Well, technically, if
in trouble for that?
like if she would plead insanity, and then she would get
Would that work?
therapy. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was her first
I
offense.
hope
I'm
she
assuming.
does.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt. I don't know. I don't know if I liked the ending at all. I'm still
It's
thinking
definitely
about
jarring. I was like,
Yeah.
what a weird
Yeah,
twist
I was
for
like-
this genre of
Yeah.
movie.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was bizarre. It blew my mind when I saw it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Wait, her last name is
I'm like,
Tully?
they're not going here. Come on.
And then what? And then they show all the scenes again without Tully. I'm like,
Which
oh,
they didn't need,
oh my
by the way.
god,
No, yeah, I
it's
got it.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I understand.
And I was like, oh, both their drinks. They both love bourbon, and like it
Yeah.
was added up. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's why the sex wasn't weird because like she was doing it with him, not.
He wasn't like
Tully,
freaking out and like
poor
saying
guy.
no.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
So it all made sense. I'm like, it makes sense, and I get it. I just don't know if I liked it.
You just
Yeah,
don't like
yeah.
negligent fathers.
I just don't like negligent fathers, like that negligent. The
Dude,
fact where
Gears
you
of
have
War is
like
pretty fun.
It's true.
What?
Gears of War is pretty fun.
That's what he was playing.
he was playing. I don't know. I was like, I like.
Suck your life away.
I
Just kidding.
didn't even notice what he was playing. Whenever I see them play, like people play video games and movies, I'm like, what the fuck is he
Gears
playing?
of War with the
Gears,
PS4.
yeah, it was Gears of War. Yeah.
I didn't see enough of it to.
Gears of War is non PS4.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I just I
It is
can't
this work.
suspend
That's the
belief
problem
that-
I have with this.
I just can't suspend belief that you wouldn't meet the night nanny before you hire them.
That's not crazy of you to say. Like, that's a good point.
It's not crazy, but it worked for the story though, like showing how negligent he was. So like I see your point.
It's kind of unbelievable
But
though,
they-
because like,
yeah.
how could he never fucking come downstairs one time for like a glass of water or something? Like, is it anything, you know?
Yeah.
Because that one thing would like destroy the whole plot of the movie. That's why it doesn't
Literally
happen,
ruin it. Yeah.
which is an issue. I don't know.
5 bangs.
Those kind of issues don't bother me.
Stop
They don't
making-
bother me
I
sometimes,
love
but-
loving movies, Tim. Why are you doing this?
They don't always bother me, but if I notice it while the movie's going on, I'm like, that's an issue for me. Because now I'm thinking about this the whole movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, if the movie's good enough, you wouldn't think about it. Kind
yeah.
Of. 5 bangs.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. It's a 3.
You're too smart.
Every three.
You should stop thinking about these things so deeply.
Do you want me to rewrite this movie for you guys?
Please.
Oh,
Yes.
I think it's evident you hate women, and this is your.
That's what we're getting
way
at
of showing
here.
it.
Yeah.
Was there anything else spoilery you guys wanted to bring up besides lit twist?
Did I say I cried? No.
That's it.
I did think the whole car crash thing was kind of like that was jarring for me.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I kind of see it coming when they're kind of like you could see her like eyelids
Oh,
are,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
drooping. I'm like,
Oof.
it's
that was the
not
thing.
good, and then I'm like, fuck, they actually went for it.
Because there's a moment when like when they ride the bikes, like that's when I figured it out when they were riding the bikes to like, the apartment, and she's like, you're supposed to be here to help me, and she's like, Tully was like, oh, we just drifted too far, kind of thing, and so that's like they've kind of drifted out too far, like backwards, and so as they're driving back, when Tully falls asleep, I'm just like, yeah, she's sleeping, she's gonna fall asleep. This crash is going to happen. Like, as soon as she's like going to this, it's like this is her. She's going to crash.
It
Like,
works
this
for
is-
me because the way it's, I guess, directed, she swerves out of the way of the car and then stops, and I'm like, oh wow, they didn't do it, and then
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh, that was a really close call. And then just next scene, she's like going into the
It
river.
just
I'm like,
cuts to like it flying in the air, the car
Jesus.
flying. I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh, they made it.
sad. And then I was just like, oh, she kills Tully, like that's gonna be like the sad twist.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Nope.
I mean,
Well, technically,
Technically, yes.
it's yeah.
let's say, man, she lost touch with her younger self, became a mom. So the message is, don't become a mom, ladies.
Yeah.
Be you forever.
Don't drink and drive, and
That too.
That's a big one probably.
Don't be crazy. Be crazy.
Okay.
You're a little
Sorry.
crazy.
It's easy.
I didn't want to
Sorry.
judge you.
It's easier.
In the words of Kylo Ren, destroy your past, whatever it is.
Let the past die.
Let the past
Kill
die.
it if you have to.
Kill it if you have to.
Holy shit.
There you go. Tie-in.
Well,
Ryan, you're Tully.
I think that'll do it for our review of Tully. Tim, where can people find us?
People can find us on Twitter at UpRealLate. You can find me personally on Letterboxd at UpRealTim and on Instagram at TheCraftPundit.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at UpRealLate Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at UpRealTie.
That's sick. You can find me on Twitter at Franny25 and Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
Find myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And yeah, guys, if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it, leave a comment below in the comment section, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. As always, keep it real.